So, as you probably already know, the most necessary evil and say the biggest aspect for generating leads into your business is having a traffic source that can generate those leads. And in this video, I want to talk to you about one of the most popular ways of generating traffic nowadays, especially now because you can collect engaged traffic, is Facebook. The reason I'm making this particular video is because a lot of our customers and people in our community inside EasyWebinar have been asking, Casey, how do I filter more traffic and get people into my webinars? How do I do that? Well, that's why I'm making this video today, because I want to share with you the ability to add third-party pixel tracking. Don't let that freak you out, but add third-party tracking to EasyWebinar. And the way I do this is I track Facebook ads when it turns somebody from someone who comes to, say, a registration page of EasyWebinar, okay, a webinar registration page. I can track on whether that person becomes a registrant and signs up and decides to attend that event. And this is the power of using Facebook ads combined with EasyWebinar. Now, I have to preface this. I'm going to show you some stuff, but I'm not necessarily a Facebook expert. I've only done this recreationally, and only in the last probably 3 to 4 months have I really tapped into the whole conversions aspect of using Facebook ads. I probably should have been doing it a long time ago, but maybe you are in the same boat. Maybe you have been creating Facebook ads, but you're not really tracking if those ads are actually working. So let's just go to my screen and I'll share with you what it looks like inside Facebook, and then we're going to go into my EasyWebinar account and I'm going to show you where to add those pixels, those conversion pixels, okay? All right, so let's do that right now. So what I wanted to show you is I just recently set this advertisement up to track to see how many people are actually registering for my webinar from Facebook. Once they click through, how many of those click-throughs are now converting into registrants. And here are some ads that I have this running on, and I don't think this is necessarily all that great. I have to still tweak this and make sure it's really working well. But the nice thing is that you can track your click-through rate and then edit your webinars, the registration pages, to try to increase your conversions. And I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna come on to how you can set this up literally within EasyWebinar so you can set up your conversions. But the idea behind this is that you'd essentially set up and roll in some campaigns for people to register for, and you can set up the audiences that you want this to go out to, okay? And depending on who that audience is, you might see a lot of click-throughs come through, and then some registrants. It really just depends on what you're trying to promote and the audience you're trying to attract. Let me quickly show you how you would create this for yourself so you can start tracking who actually is coming through your Facebook traffic, of those people who are coming and clicking through to your pages from Facebook, who's actually registering for those events. Let me quickly show you how to do that. So let's say I have an event like this, or rather an ad like this on Facebook where it shows up in people's news feeds, right? Well, so this one is all about We Do Events, and if you click on it, it'll take you into an EasyWebinar login page, right, where they can sign up, come on through, and register for the event. So inside EasyWebinar, the way you would track this is when you're setting up a conversion pixel, right, or conversion tracking, the idea is that you add the pixels, the conversion pixels, not to, say, the registration page, but you want to follow the action. So it's what happens after the registration page. This is where they register, right? They come to this page, but what you want to find out is how many people come to the thank you page after registering. When I want to track to make sure people are registering for my webinars, I'll go into advanced options. I'd go into third-party scripts. It automatically pulls it up. And I would put the Facebook pixels in the header script on the thank you page, because this is where I'm tracking conversions from the registration process. They're going to verify it after a while. It takes some time to verify it, okay? You have to start driving some traffic to it. But what you do at this point is then you can create an advert around it, okay? So I can create an advertisement that will now take me through this process. So what I'd want to do is I want to put the website that I'm promoting. So, it would be this registration page is what I'm promoting for people to come through. So you'd set this up, you'd pop this down, right? And it would load it up, and it would use this conversion right here, right? And then it would start uploading some images. It would actually pull from the page itself, so you could easily just do that. I would always choose a Facebook page to post from. Okay. And then you'd add a headline and subheadline, so something like that, and then come and learn how to the 5 secrets to walking your dog without a leash. Something like that. You can have a call to action button, which I kind of like, which is like a learn more in the corner here, which I think is cool. You can also have a description, such as this event shows just how to manage your dog through non-leash walking. I'm just making some stuff up. This is terrible copy, by the way. For creating an independence for your dog, something like that. Register today for this free event. Prizes for those who register. I can then choose a custom audience if I wanted to. Custom audiences are when you can roll in people that are either visiting your site, or you can put in different lists that you might have. So I can retarget my own existing list if I wanted to. Okay, does that make sense? But if you wanted to, you can come down to interests if you don't have a list yet, or a custom audience, and you can click dog walking. You could even go with bulldogs, German Shepherd, and so on and so forth. So you can get pretty specific here, and you could also find different behaviors, okay, such as purchase behaviors. You can go in, business purchases, buyers, clothing, food and drink, pet products. I can find pet products, cat owners, dog food products, dog owners. I'd probably add this one. Okay, so dog products. And let's see, that's probably good. But the whole point of this is that this is not something that I normally do. And in fact, what's cool here, like look at this, you can include people who you are connected to, exclude people who are connected to something else, a page or app or event name. So what you could do here is you could exclude certain people, and sometimes that's good if you say have buyers that you want to exclude from, say, a promotion. Now, here's the deal. I am not a Facebook expert. I'm simply sharing with you some of the things that I know that you can use our software with. But I do want to mention at this point that there is a program that I recommend you get, and it's available till this next Wednesday. It is a course that teaches all about Facebook advertisement and really delves into all these aspects that I just mentioned. But so this would be what you create, right? You'd have a $5, whatever you want to have for your budget. I would always decide to do automatic bids and optimization. This is what I tend to do normally. I do normally just automatic optimization, and then I click place order. This is exactly what you would do when you use Easy Webinar. You would use the conversion tracking pixels to do this, okay? And this is where traffic, you have the wonderful capability of not only building your list using this method simply by using Easy Webinar to build your list. But then once you have this list, the cool thing is that now you can go in and create a custom audience with that list. So now what you can do is, for instance, if you have an email list, you can upload the email list through this custom audience. I can add data file, and that can be, say, my email list from dog walking event. So now what I'm doing is, after I get people to register and track the conversions of how that registration page is doing. Once I have that person as a list on a lead, I can then create a custom audience and then send them more information about, hey, just to remind you, the event is at this time. So this allows you to build your list, right? What we're showing you through the conversion tracking and using Easy Webinar, but at the same time, you can actually engage that list through creating custom audiences of that list that's built. Here's another cool thing with custom audiences. I just set this up recently with Easy Webinar, and right now anybody who comes to like our pages, like an Easy Webinar page, the sales page, what have you, it's going to send out an advertisement to them in Facebook because they've already visited my site. And this is what retargeting is all about. This is just a glimpse into what the power is of Facebook and what you can do when you're building your list through webinars. And I would definitely suggest using the power of Facebook, because you can get into as I said, the news feed of Facebook. Here's an ad of mine inside Facebook that you may have seen, and by clicking on it, it will bring you into Easy Webinar. This is kind of how you can look at this, is like know